Welcome back to See the Stories in the 3-Hour News Show and See Today. Now, on this very special day, we're commemorating International Ozone Day. Now, before we discuss further about it, let's find out its history. What is Ozone Day and why do we commemorate it? The International Ozone Day was established by the United Nations in accordance with the Montreal Protocol signing by 188 countries on September 16, 1987. Now, the Montreal Protocol is among the international agreements from the environmental field, which aims at protecting the ozone, a layer above the Earth that functions as an absorber and controller of ultraviolet V rays from solar radiation. Damaged ozone layer may cause several health and environmental issues, including eye cataracts, a drop in human body's immunity, skin cancer, and plant damages due to UVB rays radiation that were not filtered. Now, most of ozone-depleting substances are strong greenhouse gases, including chlorofluorocarbons, hydrofluorocarbons, and hydrochlorofluorocarbons. A gradual decline in these substances usage could create a significant positive contribution to combat climate change. Now, you've heard about how, for a while, because last time I heard, the ozone layer in Australia is quickly building up again. Because there was a hole in above Australia in the atmosphere, if I'm not mistaken. And that was the reason why they're an area very prone to skin cancer. And in Australia, the movement has always been, do not walk out the door unless you wear SPF.
You know, I remember when I was, I guess, in elementary school, I used to watch a lot of, nature, kind of Nat Geo type of shows, right? And they always talk about, the environment. They always talk about how, the refrigerator, the old refrigerators used to give out the CFCs, the chlorofluorocarbons, and apparently not anymore. So they changed the regulation, and they make sure that they don't use the chemicals that will ruin the ozone for refrigerators. But still, for the longest time, every time I open the fridge, I just kind of like close it right away. It's good for your diet too, so you don't stare into your fridge too long.
Okay. That's right.
You spoke about the Montreal Protocol. Now, fun fact about the Montreal Protocol, without that pact, the US would have seen an additional 280 million cases of skin cancer, 1.5 million skin cancer deaths, and 45 million cataracts. And the world would at least be 25% hotter.
It's interesting that you said it was a fun fact.
Trying to do all that I can, Yasha, to at least.
It's a fact.
It's a fact.
Statistical speculation.
I was waiting for the fun part of that.
There's nothing fun about that, but that's also one of the reasons why it is so important to know the times of the day where the UVB rays are a lot more active, So this is actually a fun fact for you to notice and to remind yourselves, because the sun rays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. is actually the time where you should not be hanging out under the sun. I know a lot of people love to sunbathe during the day. It is not healthy unless you wear a lot of SPF. And after 2 o'clock, the UVB rays, they decrease. Now, I know this because of my autoimmune disorder. I'm not allowed to be exposed overly to the UVB rays, so I have to know the exact timings when I can, go to the beach, for instance.
Very informative. Well, still about World Ozone Day, according to the World Health Organization, more than 80% of the global urban population is exposed to air pollution that has depleted the ozone layer over decades. But it's not too late to save the ozone. We can step in and follow this lifestyle, so let's have a look.
Well, what is applicable to your lifestyle, do you think?
You know, I always try to be as eco-conscious as possible,
Yeah.
but then I always also realize that regulations need to be in place
Yeah.
to regulate, especially not only the homes but also industries. Because, you know, homes you can be as you can have so many people being conscious, but then when there's no regulation, we're talking about businesses that just dump everything into the rivers. Because why? Because if they have to reprocess it again, the bottom line is not going to cut it. You know, they're not going to get the profit that they're required to make. So.
And also, there are a lot of innovative companies, right, who now makes waste management accessible. So the waste management. Well, Bruce, what do you think?
I think after seeing that video, yes, I will try my very best to reduce commuting using emission vehicles. I'll try using the mass transit system more often.
Which
Post-pandemic
you can, right? Because you live right by the station.
Exactly, yeah.
You live, I can, less than 1 kilometer from your home is MRT station.
And then you can go from there. You know, it's a walking distance.
It's a walking distance from the Bundaran HI station to the Sea Today.
It's feasible.
So close is my house to the trains, and I can see them through my window.
I envy you, because if I'd have to walk and take the bicycle, that'd be impossible.
So what I know you can do.
No.
So the question now for our friend Bruce here, when are you going to start doing that, Bruce?
I already did.
You're already doing that?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay, terrific.
But since the new regulations where they cut down the operating hours, I would resort back to my private vehicle. Out of necessity, though, not by choice.
Okay. You know, we'll be back after the break with more updates about the iPhone 13. I hope you guys have seen the trailers, the videos, and the demos and everything that came with it, because let's get to that later when we return to see the story.